Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. It's Saturday morning. Hope you have a bit of time to have weekend, have a bit of a rest, have a bit of fun. On this Saturday morning, our meditation will be grounding ourselves in our physical senses, and of course there's a pretty lengthy message that goes along with this meditation. Our teacher for this week is Hafez, and he has a few thoughts about being present in today's message. Good morning, Stefan. Hello, happy Saturday morning to you. Right, let's get into today's whole message. A part of our psyche is naturally deeply invested in the survival of this human body. It could be called small self, ego, or perhaps our scared parts. Good morning, Mari. Good morning, Anthony. Hello. Happy Saturday to all of you. Since before you were born, your subconscious has been recording all of the details of everything you have ever experienced. And more importantly, it's been keeping track of the meaning that you've made from all of these past experiences. In order to feel like you know how to survive, your body tries to reach for a sense of certainty. And in an uncertain world, your recording of the past is the closest thing to certainty that you could possibly hold on to. Beatrix, good morning. Happy Saturday. The problem is that to our small self, our ego, this recording and the meaning that you've made from this old recording is understood as truth because, after all, these are the things that actually did happen. Your ego only has this recording to rely on, which is why it will dwell there. And with its feet firmly planted in the truth of the past, it looks into the future and predicts more of the same. Honey, a very good morning. Hello. Happy Saturday to you. Is it any wonder that we sometimes struggle being present? And even when we place our attention on this present moment, how do we meet it exactly as it is without placing the expectations of our past recording on this present moment? Hafez says, why do sad people, or what do sad people have in common? It seems they have all built a shrine to the past, and often go there and do a strange wail and worship. What is the beginning of happiness? It is to stop being so religious about the past, says Hafez. Let me repeat that last thought. He says, what is the beginning of happiness? The thing that starts happiness is to stop being so religious about the past. Now, as I've already explained, that it's almost hard not to do that because our brains are wired to understand the past as truth. Hafez speaks about the future as well. He says, now that all of your worry about the future has proved such an unlucrative business, why not find a better job? Be more present. I love his thoughts so much. Now that all your worrying about the future has proved to be such an unlucrative business, why not find a better job? Be more present. The last thought from Hafez is, this place where you are right now, right here, where you are right now, God circled this place for you on the map. Our beloved has bowed here knowing that you were coming. Isn't that just so damn beautiful? Danae, good morning. Happy Saturday to you. You could go to war with the scared parts of you for always being stuck in the past or the future, or you can remember that this is just not the complete story of who you are. There is another part of you, the part of you that existed long before this body was born and will still be long after. Your soul knows the truth about the recording, that these are just the things that happened, and the meaning that your young self made was not always accurate. When we learn to see through the eyes of our soul, then being present becomes our natural state. We all have a recording of the past from which our subconscious gets its information, but you don't have to be trapped by your recording. You can learn how to step out of the recording and see it in context. Estelle, good morning. It's so good to see you. Happy Saturday to you. Nella, good morning. Welcome to the weekend. Today's meditation journey builds the foundation for us to take a step backwards and out of what we're experiencing so that we can look at the experience and practice seeing it for what it is, without the story that our recording tells us. It's a really simple exercise that you can learn to do anywhere, anytime, in just a few minutes, and free yourself from being controlled by your old programming. Today's meditation is called Come to Your Senses. It is simply being grounded in our sensory experience and learning that we can apply that to anything we experience. Charlene, good morning. Happy Saturday. Here we go. You can close your eyes and let's float away together, starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in and let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. As you breathe in, fill up the balloon in your belly with air. And as you do, feel yourself expand from your core outwards in all directions. And once you've had that full expansion, a belly full of air and rising to your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and even drop your head. Our journey today is to check in with this body and all of its experiences. And as you continue your full body breathing right now, we'll start the check-in with this body. With your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to your forehead, to the space between your eyes. Do you sometimes find yourself carrying a frown there? And then do you remind yourself to soften? With your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to the area in and around your mouth. Do you sometimes find yourself grinding your teeth? Or pressing your tongue hard against the roof of your mouth? Or your jaw muscles clenched tightly? And when you notice that, do you take a few moments to take a few big breaths and help your body soften? With your next exhale, bring your attention to your neck and shoulders. Do you sometimes find your shoulders tight and pulled up high, almost level with your ears even? It could feel that way. And if you find that happening, do you remind yourself to soften? Do you take a few big breaths? Do you roll out your shoulders? Do you bring this body back to softness? With your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to your stomach area. This is the place where tension can hide for decades. Right now, are you ensuring that your abs are soft and relaxed? With your next exhale, as your body softens, bring your attention to your butt cheeks. Just make sure you're not clenching. We're making sure everything's relaxed. And lastly, shift your attention to your legs and your arms, specifically your hands. That's another one of the spaces where tension can really hide in constantly clenched fists. Make sure your hands are now loosely lying halfway open in your lap. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, continuing to help our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles forward and to the left and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine by leaning your upper body over to the left and leaning your upper body over to the right. Every time you give your spine movement, you are helping spinal fluid flow up and down your spine. And every time you help spinal fluid flow up and down your spine, it has an effect on your brain too. It switches on your nervous system. It wakes up your brain. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least as much as we are able to find ourselves being present, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, with every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in. And hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips in and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in. And hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it just for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, welcome yourself to this body. Perhaps even wrap your arms around this body and say, "Hello, body. I really love having you." Take your next big breath. Our journey of the senses starts at the top and then works its way through our body. The first stop is your eyes. For this exercise, we keep our eyes closed. We use our mind to see what our eyes would have seen. So as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, what would be the most obvious object that you would see if you were to open your eyes? As you take a deep breath, as you dive deep inside, bring that obvious object to your mind. See it from all of its angles, study all of its color, and find all of its texture. Take your next big breath. Then we'll change gears. Still staying with your eyes. This time, as you take a deep breath and dive deep into you, the question is, what would be the least obvious object in the room that you're in? Take a moment to search for it with your mind. Find something that's almost hidden. And as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, study this less obvious object from all of its angles, see all of its color, and find all of its texture. Take your next big breath. notice the ease with which you're able to just observe the experience. Just be witness to what your mind is seeing, without attaching too much meaning to it, without buying into an old story about it. Let's keep practicing this. We'll take a step down to your ears and what you can hear. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, bring your attention to the most obvious sound that you can hear. And listen deep into it. See if you can find all of the different layers of vibration in this obvious sound. Take your next big breath. Then we'll change gears. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, we're still focusing on sound, but this time find the least obvious sound. Something that's barely a whisper. Can you find that with your ears? And listen deep into it. See how much of it you can draw in. Take your next big breath. Take a moment to notice the ease with which you are able to be the observer of this experience. No need to buy into any bigger story about the experience, just seeing it for what it is. We take another step down, and now for the next 2 stops, which is your nose and your mouth, change your breathing to whatever it needs to be for you to smell and to taste. Focusing on smell next. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, pay attention to the most obvious smell you can find right now. Take your next big breath. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, We're still focusing on smell, but this time, can you find anything else? Can you find any smell besides the first obvious smell? Take your next big breath. Notice the ease with which you're able to just observe this experience. For the moment, at least, no buying into any old stories about this experience. We'll take a step down to your mouth and what you can taste. And again, we're going to just be the witness of this experience. As you take a deep breath, as you dive deep inside, can you find any obvious taste? Place your attention there. Take your next big breath. Then we'll change gears with your next big breath as you dive deep into you. See if it's possible for you to find any other taste, any other flavor besides the first obvious one. Take your next big breath. Again, pay attention to the ease with which you are able to just be the witness to this experience right now. Taking a back seat, simply experiencing what's there. We have one more stop. The surface of your skin. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, scan the surface of your skin and find where is the most obvious sensation. And as you place your attention there, so you can become aware of all the different sensations and pressure in this one obvious spot. Take your next big breath. We'll change gears one more time. Still scanning the surface of your skin, but this time finding a spot with the slightest sensation. Perhaps you can find a spot on your skin where you can just become aware of fabric resting on skin. Or perhaps you can feel the air touch your forehead or your cheek. Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath-holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it the longest, slowest exhale that you can. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel how softness slips into your body and settles in every cell of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. Come to your senses, teachers, that we can become better at being the observer of every experience. Of course, it's easier just quickly cycling through our physical senses, paying attention to what we see, hear, smell, taste. The truth is, though, that with practice, we can apply the same to any experience we're having. We can always take a step back and just observe. If we need to take action, we can always decide to take action when it's needed. But first, just observe. The thing, though, that makes it hardest for us to just observe, and this slips under our radar more than anything else, is our own recording of the past. And all the meaning we made and all the stories we tell ourselves about the recording of the past. This is what hijacks our attention more than anything else. Up to 80% of our thoughts are old thoughts from that recording, just on repeat again and again and again, preventing us from being present. A practice like this, and all meditation practices really, help us recognize when we're being hijacked, when our presence is being hijacked, so that we can return ourselves to this experience again. Just pay attention. I'll read to you one more time Hafez's words on the subject. He says, "What do sad people have in common? It seems they have all built a shrine to the past and often go there and do a strange wail and worship. What is the beginning of happiness? It is to stop being so religious about the past." Hafez says, "Now that all your worry about the future has proved to be such an unlucrative business, why not find a better job? Be more present." And then about being present, he says, "This place where you are right now, God has circled this place on the map for you. Our beloved has bowed here, knowing you were coming." It is a continuous practice to be better at being here, right here where my feet are, not in the past, not stuck in the future, but right here where God circled on the map for me to be. Let's keep practicing being present. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and I invite you to say your own. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for this place circled on the map for me to be right now. Take a deep breath in. How do I know that this is the place that I need to be? The answer is simple, because this is the place that I am. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for understanding that if I don't get why I have to be in this place right now, it means I'm still missing what I'm supposed to learn. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for learning how to trust. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for bringing yourself to this place where the map was circled for you right now. Have a beautiful day. Have an awesome Saturday. Have a great weekend. Maggie, a very good morning. Awesome seeing you. Hello. Thank you, Danae. Thank you, Charlene. Thank you, Anthony. Thank you, Stefan. Thank you, Honey. Thank you, Nella. Estella, was so good to see you. Have a great weekend, everybody. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.